Good evening. If you're joining for the stream, Friday night we made it to the eve of the weekend. Bit of a late one today, but it is what it is. I'm feeling pretty positive about Cataluyna today. I think I'm kind of getting the hang of it. If I had a bit of time to practice, I think I could probably go a couple of tenths quicker than my quali time. But I think more importantly, I'm feeling more confident in the race. So we're going to try and get a practice lap in here. Have to be a one shot. In the RCZ. Going with -3 brake balance. I was just messing about with it and it seems to work a bit better for me. Might get 2 laps in here, maybe not. So yeah, already a fastest lap, new record, so I can definitely go faster. Bit deep there. If we get this lap in, we might get a fastest lap. Whoa, maybe not. Oh, not sure it was going to be faster anyway. Hey Flying Flapper, yeah, not bad. All done for today. Jumping onto GT Sport, feeling pretty sprightly, pretty good. Feeling pretty good about my, maybe pace isn't the right word, but kind of my consistency. Wish I had the time to do more qualifying, but that's a choice I'm making to just crack on in the races. I'm starting at the front here in this grid, bit of a mixed grid. Hope it's all going well with you, Flying Flapper, with your own races. Playing GT Sport. Don't know if you're looking forward to... Oh, you cut open your hand at work today, so won't be racing for... That's a shame. Sorry to hear about that. I know if you cut your palm, that's a big pain. So, very sorry to hear actually. Hopefully you can kind of race through osmosis through me. Give me all the tips. Did give me the tip yesterday for the RCF, which I think kind of was a turning point for me. But yeah, sorry to hear that. I don't know if you can play on a pad and not the wheel, but that doesn't sound great. So very sorry to hear that actually. Puts it all in perspective. I was going to talk about my nice livery, Lucky Strike, but maybe it's not so important. Anyway, I hope you can watch me bottle this Daily Race C, and that kind of helps a bit. I'm sure I could get that quali time down now by a couple of tenths fairly easily. Sometimes I find kind of sleeping on a race, just maybe it helps your subconscious deal with it or something. What we got on the car? Oh, I can't see the number on the car. Yeah. Something is under there. Hopefully opportunity to pick up some good points today with my new brake balance. Wow, look how far ahead we're starting. I feel like a pro. I think Mr. Warhorse behind us might be streaming as well. Let's just try not to spin it. I haven't spun it, I think, yesterday or the day before. Ooh, R8's pretty slow. I was looking back at the 3-second penalty I got yesterday, and I mean that was pretty harsh. This guy's a bit all over the place. Forget finding Nemo, he's finding his braking points. Ooh, I punted him. But he was braking early. I was braking way too much for that corner yesterday, I've realised. Yeah, let's drift it, why not? So yeah, feeling a lot more comfortable with the track, which is good. Probably should have done more practice early in the week, maybe. We'll see if the brake balance hurts my tyres. May well do. Someone's picking up the first penalty of the evening. Ooh, a bit deep, okay. Tell you what, I love sausages now. I'm a full sausage convert, advocate. It's a bit messy off the last corner there. Just keeping this guy in slipstream range. Ooh, R8 was getting close to oblivion there. It's really dangerous to follow another car through there because if they go wide, you'll just follow them. Let them fight. It's a bit messy on the brakes there. I think we should try and get ahead of this German if we can. It's pretty obvious. R8's very wide again. Oh no, the yeah, R8. What are you doing, pal? Hopefully they're going to have a bit of a fight. Ooh, penalty, maybe? For the RCZ? No. Broke it a little bit early there. Ooh, penalty. Just about hanging on here. I've got a feeling the tyres are not going to last as long with this brake balance. Front left's looking pretty raw. Go behind, caught up again. Just losing a little bit of pace. My fastest lap is pretty competitive. First time I said that this week. Hopefully the R rate comes back to us a little bit. It's really bad. It's gonna have a run. Yeah, front left isn't looking too good. Maybe I should change the brake balance. Not really sure. Deep. 2 laps to go. It's a good position. The pace is pretty good for me. Fastest lap is only a 10th off. Just kind of in the middle of nowhere though. Got a penalty again. Still need to be a bit more fluid through there. But I'm happy with the concept. So last lap, tyres aren't completely gone. 3rd place. Not bad, I suppose. They're fighting ahead. Was over. Ooh, he's going to have a run on me this time. I'm going to go narrow. I'm not sure why we touched there. It's definitely positive, even though it wasn't that exciting. Thanks, Flying Flapper. Yeah, sausages just eat. Before I was afraid of them. I was trying to avoid them, and then I wasn't avoiding them. Whereas now I just know I'm going to eat both of them. So, yes, it's a lot better. I guess only 5 seconds off the lead. Just felt a bit strange for me, but I guess I qualified higher. Pad, I'll be 2 seconds. Yeah, so the other day when I had to use the pad, that reminds me to cool my wheel. I was a lot slower, but yeah, I mean, a brake's not always a bad thing. Flying Flapper. Just sometimes I think the brain sort of works stuff out when there's a time off. Yeah, nice start. I don't know what I had in the car. The stickers all folded. Maybe it's a 4. A lot more consistent. I think it'd be a more fun race if I was starting from the back. But very happy with the lap time. I guess it's a bit of a mixed lobby. It's not as fast as the lobbies yesterday. Yeah, the Lexus feels very responsive. I was struggling a bit to hand it in. Let me say thanks to this guy. I was struggling a bit to handle it in the race. But also, I think the Lexus is a little bit unusual for gears. It goes up the gears very quickly. Sometimes, unless you get it right, you can get caught between gears. The Porsche, yeah, feels pretty good on tyres. And I know it's the car I was using early in the week before I'd really done any practice. But it just felt pretty boring. Just kind of understeers about. Maybe I had the brake balance wrong. Definitely part of the reason why I feel a lot more confident in the RCZ compared to yesterday is the brake balance. I think whatever I've done just makes it turn in a little bit easier. But yeah, I think you're still top of the leaderboard, Flying Flappers. You've got that on this leaderboard. I think let's go straight into quali. Maybe I'd lost some SR in the last race. That would make sense. Check. Maybe it's a livery. Hidden stats. Yeah, maybe I had it on -2 in the Porsche. The last time I used it was in a Club 100 team versus team race at Spa, and I had that on -2, but Spa's a different circuit, obviously. Just checking out the old SRDR situation. Oops. No, I was on 99 yesterday. Maybe it's just a strange lobby. Did pick up 1000 DR in that race, but I'd been just throwing DR down the pan the last couple of days. Just picking it back. Was meant to be in the league today. Anything other than 10th. Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works with. Well, I know there's a calculation where you give DR to people who finish above you and you give it away to people who finish below you. But also there's some kind of multiplier depending on how high their DR is. But it's not a complicated equation, I just can't remember it. So I guess yesterday I was qualifying 13th, 14th, 15th, and I was finishing around there, so I was never really going to pick up points. So I probably should try and do a quali time. Let's do that again. It's not great, sector 1. Ooh, not too tidy there. Decent sector 3, maybe? It's decent sector 3, really bad sector 1. Ooh, slow on the power there. It's fairly fast, this. Ah, no, 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 no. Made a mess at the end there, but you can see a faster lap is on. I don't mind starting a bit behind, more entertaining. Door number makes no difference. Yeah, you might be right. It's a bit better lobby here. From memory, when I qualified right at the top, it's normally tracks I'm better at, like Monza, stuff like that. I just pick up loads of DR race after race, irrespective of who I'm racing against. So Mr. Marquez is here. We're starting in what's essentially pole position for this stream, 13th place. Got a number of races here we raced against yesterday. Dilster in the lobby. I know. Yeah, I know. Where was I gaining time? Sector 1 was pretty average. Sector 2 I got a really nice exit off the kind of tight left-hander and then up the hill. Then onto the straight was pretty good. The hairpin was alright. Going around that slowish right-hander was fine. And then after that, it was a bit slidey on entry. And then I just outbraked myself. But yeah, I think that would have been better. Shame. It's what it is. Might have moved me up a couple of places here, but I don't think too many more than that. Leonidas, we were racing him yesterday. He was in the Porsche. Some good battles. Let's see what we got. This is, I think, going to be... The last race was a bit weird. This race is going to be a tactical one, I think, as well. Hopefully there's going to be some good bunching ups, good battles. Everyone doing the pleasantries in the chat. 1:45.8ish. Yeah, well, that would have been around your time, maybe. Were you a bit faster than that? 1:45.6, I think. Getting better. There's no shortcut to progress for me. It's just practice. German Herman, wasn't he in the last race? Ah, I've got her in my VR. Okay. California, we raced with him yesterday. Guy behind me is going to struggle with that timing, I think. If we look at the gaps, yeah, it's not too much, I guess. Too deep. Not the best start. Got to try and catch up. Ooh. I think we're going to catch these guys up. Still too shallow there. Lots of our rates here. I think part of the reason why I'm a bit better with the sausages today is that obviously my wheel, you know, isn't great, it catches fire and stuff like that, but also the force feedback's very low, so I can't instinctively catch oversteer, but just through practice I kind of know to do it now. It's very unusual flick out there by the R8. I just really wanted to be ahead of that guy, because they might have a bit of a thing now. Optimistic move, but makes it stick-ish. Great move by Mr. Nobel. It's all fun and games ahead, 3 wide. Someone's gone wide, we all both might have... Ugh. What I was trying to say is, we almost both followed him. Penalty! Dangerous. We'll go through this guy. That was messy. I've got the idea now with the chicane, I've just got to execute it a bit more consistently and better, I think. Yellow flag. Braking a bit early there. Oh, it had to happen. Trying to go into reverse. I think the Mercedes was waiting for me there. I mean, he was well out of shape. Oops. He was well out of shape and, oh my gosh. Let's race on. At least we're still in the battle. I mean, it's one of those things. He was well out of shape, but he's got to try and correct it. So he is going to come back on the track, and I guess I've just got to try and avoid him. Bad luck, wrong place, wrong time. Probably could have. I'll have a look at the replay. Can we catch the pack ahead? Was in the pack ahead of this one? Maybe. Coming back at me, this guy. Was a bit lethargic through there. Thirteenth place, coming back to us a little bit. Okay, 2 laps to go. Looks like the German is going to catch the Spaniard. Last couple of laps have been fairly consistent, if not great. So hopefully they fight and we catch up. It's gone deep there, Spaniard. And I forgot to change gear. Right, mission to get 14th. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, he's struggling on the tyres. We've got to get close enough to have a go. Whoa, Tokyo Drift. Maybe have a go at the corner after this. No, it's not going to be a good exit for me. I've kind of missed all my chances to overtake him. Oh, I touched him, but I mean, that is the Hamilton Albon thing, if you go on the outside there. So, I mean, what happened to that race? What was it? Oh yeah, so I was doing quite well, and then the Mercedes span out in front of me on the chicane, and I thought I was going to avoid it, and I couldn't. So there we go, but the pace was quite good. Silver linings. Check out the chat. 1:45.6 last night before your hands out of action. Pretty good. Quick tip. Evening, Jedi Jonah. Thanks for joining. Saw you set a lap time at Cataluyna as well. JMG Bone absolutely murdered me there. But he couldn't really do anything else. You got to try and get back on the track. There's no hard feelings. Set your wheel sensitivity to max. Have I done that? Let's go in and have a look. I do feel really poor at catching oversteer, whereas obviously in karting that's something I do all the time and enjoy and feel I'm okay at. Whereas on the wheel it's my approach is to stop snap oversteer happening, because if it happens I won't control it. Wow, all the skin off Flying Flapper. It's a big old injury on the knuckles. At least you're off work for 2 weeks. If that's the silver lining. Yeah, definitely check out Flying Flapper's channel. Got some cool videos on there. It's the first video I looked at when the Monster No Chicane race came up a few weeks ago. That was a really good race. I wasn't really streaming there, but that was really tight pack racing for the whole thing. It's a bit like IndyCar. Yep, sorry you got done, Jedi Jane. I don't know what your car you're using. Is it the RCF? Yeah, the RCF. I mean, the RCF for me is a bit of a handful. So respect for using it. I can't really control it, and it goes up and down the gears a bit too fast for me. But to put it into context, it's a shame I can't see the history of my lap times, but the first night I did this, I was doing 148s. And I was thinking, hang on, I need to be a bit faster to be competitive. I wasn't even getting close to 145s. And I think then I did a 147, then a 146, and then 145. It's a bit of a strange track. I think there's aspects to it where it doesn't feel like you're doing really well, but actually you are gaining loads of time. Yeah, the RCF is wild. I mean, I think the safest car that I've used here is the 911, but it just feels really boring for me. It feels too safe. I like the element of danger, but the RCF is too much danger. We did try it yesterday in a race, just off the bat on Flying Flapper's recommendation, so I didn't really practice in it. But it did okay in the race. E-Driver setting a quick time here, might be a ultra count. Yeah, it is a fun car. I think most of all I like the fact there's lots of different cars in use here. I probably should be qualifying now because I think I could set a quicker time, but whatever. Well, Jelly Junior, I think Flying Flapper's got all the secrets to get to 145.6. I don't know what I can offer. Roswald said something really interesting yesterday, which is try and ease off the brakes onto the throttle. And that's kind of working for me. Yeah, maybe you could lend your quali time to Jody Jonah. Gift the quali time. I should be cooling the wheel. I always forget to cool the wheel. But it's really hot. That was a shame, that race. I felt good. I felt racy. Top 10, I think it was. I have noticed I do seem to lose pace during the course of the race from about lap 5 onwards. And I don't know if it's a concentration thing or I'm not as good on the worn tyres. But that does happen. (144.1). If you told me at the beginning of the week that people would be basically getting into 143s, I wouldn't believe you. Yeah, I've got the portable fan. Just need to put a bag of ice on it or something. Or really just replace it, maybe. The T150's done a job now for 4 or 5 years. I did watch Martin Grady Tisney's video yesterday or today when he was talking about transitioning from pad to wheel, and he was, because he used to be the fastest pad player in the West, and he was telling a story about how he qualified for GT Academy, and then they told him, well, you need to use a wheel, and you have to buy a wheel second hand, whatever. But interesting story. I've raced against people who play on a pad. I've raced against people who play on a pad and can't use both hands, so I have to kind of use elbows and stuff like that, and being very fast. I think it's just about muscle memory and kind of getting used to it, anticipating stuff. Yeah, I heard bad things about the T300 specifically on reliability, actually, when I got my T150. We've upgraded the TGT. That is a nice wheel. So I haven't upgraded the T150, but I did the well, actually, okay. So right at the beginning of lockdown, my T150 pedals broke. Oh, they probably didn't really break, but I think something happened with the spring in the accelerator pedal, and I bought the T3PA Pro pedals, and that probably has made quite a big difference to my driving, because I can now be a bit more modular in my inputs. So I do recommend looking into pedals if you're looking to upgrade. Speaking as someone who's still using the very old wheel but got nice pedals. G29, that's a big hint. Big hint from the missus. I have to keep those kinds of purchases secret from the missus. Yeah, I hope you get a nice sparkling G29. Racing wheels are cool. Definitely cool piece of kit. I'm actually amazed. Who's in this race? Usual suspects. I'm actually amazed that, speaking for this wheel, that it's lasted so long, considering there's a belt in it, and I'm basically pulling against this belt the whole time I use it. So it's just being abused, literally, through use. But it holds up. Same with the G29s. I think they have a kind of gear system. There's lots of mechanical parts in there, and I'm amazed they hold up, but they do. Well, sometimes they do. This is going to be an interesting race. It's a bit more of a mixed grid. So look how close it is between me and Leonidas Max. We often have very close races, but he's 5 positions behind. Yeah, so the one thing about load cell pedals for GT Sport is that, well, I don't know if the pedals calibrate themselves differently if they're specifically load cell pedals, but my pedals come with a brake mod, which is meant to simulate load cell pedals, and it just doesn't work at all in GT Sport, because you create some extra pressure at the end of the brake travel, but it recalibrates. So every time you stamp on the brakes, you have to stamp even harder every time. And I would imagine the same thing would apply for load cell pedals, unless there's something special they do. But yeah, I've also heard there's reliability issues there. I think wheels in general have maybe not got more expensive, but there's been less offers and they're harder to get your hands on at the moment. That's why I just snapped up some pedals at the beginning of lockdown when mine broke. I probably wasn't thinking about getting nicer pedals, but they were available. The TLCMs are the Thrustmaster load cell ones, but they weren't quite available then. They were technically out, but they weren't really. Wow, we got a monster start here. Yeah, Tijni's video is really good if you're thinking about wheels, pedals. All of his videos are really good. Maybe the most informative kind of GT Sport YouTuber. He has a whole driving school just for GT Sport, and it's like one of the best resources out there, really. Funny thing about Greek drivers in GT Sport, don't see a lot of Greek drivers, but when I do, they're nearly always at the top of the grid. But I don't recall there being like a Greek. Just pay attention here. I don't recall there being like a Greek F1 driver, or even someone I remember in like F2, F3. But truth be told, unless this wheel breaks, I'm not going to buy a new wheel before compatibility is announced for next gen. Just seems a bit silly to, well, for me to buy before then. Whoa! Bit of a moment there. Oh, I thought that was going to be a nice exit. Maybe a penalty. Or may have just saved it. Just saved it. Just that slide. of slipstream range. Oh, that's a fast lap for me. I think that lap is normally about the optimum to set a fastest lap. Bearing in mind the tyre wear and I think the fuel usage. If there is fuel usage, don't really notice it. You might go for it. No. Whoa, we are so slow there. We're so slow, I wouldn't be surprised if you think I'm brake checking again. But I think you've got to be slow through there. We're slightly catching the Greek, maybe. Maybe slightly catching him, but coming under a lot of pressure. Ooh, is that going to be a cut? Nope. Did lose about half a second though to the Greek driver. Yeah, he wanted to cut back on me there. We're just losing time though. He is faster than me. That might be a penalty. No? He's got me now. Ah, that's allowed my German nemesis to catch up. He's changed it, I'm sure he had a different colour. It's got the inside here a little bit. Forgot to change my sensitivity up to do that. Ooh, no. It's make or break a little bit, really. I've got to catch up because I'm losing time. It's not great. No. Just out the slipstream. Try and catch it again. I think I need to take the sausage game to the next level. I can navigate it now, just need to navigate it at pace. Okay, we gained about a tenth that lap. Ooh, it's kicking off. Ooh, that's a bad place to be. You don't want to be there. That would be the end of my race and iRacing. But that's definitely a Play Stupid Prizes. Play Stupid Prizes? Play Stupid Games Win Stupid Prizes special. Because if you're on the outside there, it's game over. Ooh, short shift. Okay, bit of a strange lobby. Yeah, Super GT finish. It's official. Super GT's Alex Albon, I'm Super GT. No punts. Bit of an interesting race. Obviously Dilster and Kefren GT, I don't know, just absolutely rapid at the front. It was a good little battle after. But no shadow rim punts. I did do a big punt yesterday on Mr. Marquez. That was a huge punt. But I had a choice. I outbraked myself and I was either going to punt off Detonator or Marquez, and I'm not aware that Marquez is subscribed to the channel. So unfortunately you had to get punted. Kind of fun race anyway. Let's catch up in the comments. Yeah, Jedi Jonah on your T80. I remember that wheel. I like that wheel because there's no force feedback, so in a way you can be very precise. And it felt very weird going from that to T150. Wow, TGT, that has gone up in price. Yeah, I glanced at a direct drive wheel and yeah, I noped out of there, but these wheels are expensive. Yeah, I think Tidgeny, I think he's Mr. Grady, he's starting up his channel again, or he's kind of reinvigorating it. But he knows what he's doing. His videos are top quality, and you know, it's a process, and I think he's gonna have a pretty big channel, and I watch pretty much all of his stuff. Thanks, Flying Flapper, just doing what I can do. I was pretty happy with that lap time. That was pretty competitive. Doing what I can do, thinking about interesting stuff I can do with the stream. Maybe get some interesting camera angles, maybe get a webcam, stuff like that. I want to do something interesting or something new, like I've tried to do with the karting, with the reverse mirror, things like that. It would be, I mean, maybe this will happen in GT7, I don't know if it happens in other games, but it'd be cool for there to be some kind of API where if you're streaming you can also display like the track map or something like that gets fed out. Thanks Fine Flapper, thanks Jolly Jana. Yeah, just chilled out. I mean, this channel is like, as I've said in a lot of my videos, I don't consider myself to be like a naturally fast driver. It's just practice, and I'm not hiding anything here. And I'd like to be able to show kind of the progress in my lap times. I guess I can maybe do a video on it, but at the beginning of the week I wasn't even doing lap times in the 1:49s. It just takes time for me. Epic Gamer, Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace was my first Star Wars movie, so maybe a controversial opinion, but you know, for me as a kid growing up, I don't know how old it was, like I was in primary school. It was a kid-focused movie, so all the shit like Jar Jar Binks and all that kind of stuff, pod racing. Yeah. If that came out now, I think this is all stupid. But as a kid, that was all amazing. So I really like Phantom Menace. And a big story as well. Death at the end, 2 deaths at the end. Should probably enter this race. We're doing the race. Wheel and pedal cams, these are bottom split drivers like me. Yeah. I've been thinking about attaching a GoPro to my chest so you can see. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'll think of something. I think it would be useful to see how much rotation I apply on the wheel in different corners and things like that, and maybe how smooth or not I am with the wheel. I feel like that would be cool. I could do something quite fancy, because I think, actually no, I probably couldn't. If I was playing on the PC, I think I could probably get an overlay of representing the wheel, not on the PlayStation. Flying Flapper, is it weird for me to only use one foot? So not left foot braking. I would say that is weird in terms of gaming. But I think there are lots of fast drivers that have had to change. I'm trying to think of who. Yeah, okay. So Chris Hoy was a British cyclist, very successful, won like 5-6 gold medals. Started to do. He wanted to do Le Mans racing, so he signed up with Nissan. And there's a documentary on the BBC about his journey. And he was not a left foot braker, so he was doing what you're doing, Flying Flapper, and using the one foot. And during that documentary, you see him changing to braking with the left foot, and all that happens is he comes in one session, he's like, you know what guys, I'm going to try doing left foot, and he's slower, but then he gets better. You can probably catch it on YouTube, that documentary. It's like Chris Hoy Le Mans or something, but that bit might be interesting, like how he transitioned from braking in that way. But you set a faster time than me, Flying Flapper, on this Daily Race C, so you know it's working for you. And also, in reality, if you, I don't know if you race cars or stuff like that in real life or want to, but that's going to give you, you'll be able to use the clutch kind of bit easier maybe. Been driving real life 20 years, clutch always left foot, yeah. Yeah, that is true. I think for me, because I don't do car racing, I do karting, and I do clutchless. Well, okay, now there is a centrifugal clutch, but I don't do geared karts, so I'm one foot either side. It's weird seeing Jimmy Broadbent. Yeah, the cool thing about Jimmy Broadbent is the way that that's really cool in the pedal cam, and the way that he kind of gets a bit of gas in when he's going. Is it when he goes down to like a really low gear, he heels and toes and puts gas in? That's a really cool technique, and you can see that he's pretty good at it. There's some really cool rally videos from like Group B rally, like pedal cams, and seeing the rally drivers do the heel and toes. It's not something I can do. If you're doing heel and toe, I think you're doing pretty well and taking your racing pretty seriously, in my view. Pretty much the same people. Leonidas always seems to catch me. We're having some good battles. Shifting down and tapping the gas pedal but doesn't work on my yeah. Maybe that's a temptation if you can heel and toe. Just do it everywhere. Down the shops. Club 100 back tomorrow. Sprint 60. My championship, although I'm not doing this round. Sprints on Sunday. Don't think Super GT's in the sprints this round either. No heel and toe there. Maybe that's something I try and do. Maybe I try to learn how to heel and toe. My new pedals do have a clutch. The ones that came with the T150 didn't. So maybe I'd try and learn how to do it and make a video of it. I'm just trying to do it now. It's like I feel like I'm going to twist my ankle. But if you have a look at my inputs in this race, you'll see that I double pedal a lot, which is a bad habit. And you know, in karting, you're not really meant to double pedal, although you do sometimes to keep the revs up. But I double pedal way too much, and it's a bad habit, and I only am able to do it because I brake with the left foot. Oh, maybe he is. Maybe he is. The Enduro 60 is a replacement to the Endurance. I need to check. I haven't checked in. I hope he is, because I'd like to see a video. P9, I think. Is this the really awkward position? There's people on the right just strolling about. Didn't cool the wheel. Amateur. I'm feeling pretty racy in this race. Some really cool liveries here. Whoa! Murdered. Absolutely murdered. Officers, arrest this man. Penalty ref. Get your cards out. How do you not get a penalty for that? Oh. I think I've just about been getting the better of Warhorse all evening, so it'd be good to keep that up. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where's the cue ball going? Oh, where am I going? Let's catch up with these guys here. D, no. I normally have quite good pace up until lap 5, and then I don't. Got to be a little bit braver on the brakes going into the first part of the chicane, but it's pretty marginal about how much time it's going to save me. Ooh, nice little battle ahead. We're very close to the leader. Happy with that. See there, just ooh. That would have been a fast lap if I hadn't messed up the chicane. pretty good around that corner. Still losing a tiny bit through the first part, just not quite braking late enough. But I'm pretty happy. This guy's catching up though. I actually didn't see him. I didn't expect him to be so close. Fair play. Ooh, he was close. Well held. Just about keep in touch in the proverbial mix. Porsche's really going for it. It's really going for it on the exits. Ah, our German nemesis is behind us. Car going slowly. Yeah. Just about close enough to kind of pick up some pieces. Pretty happy with the pace. For this late on in the race. I am trying to close the gap, I'm just I can't get there. Two laps to go, surely it's just going to all combust ahead. It's a bit of a slow lap from me. We're just observing. We broke a bit early there. Okay, last lap. I've got to do something really. Whoa, there's a car behind me. Our German nemesis has caught up again. Wow, he made up a 3-second. I'm going to see him in my nightmares, this guy. Whoa, German nemesis, what are you doing, pal? Right, it's time to get the elbows out. No one missed a nice guy. It's going to get rough. Extreme rules. Okay, we'll take both of them. We'll take both. No. I ran him off the road there. I feel bad. When you've got a nemesis, you both need each other. It's like how Batman needs the villains. Whoa! No, he's on my inside. Ah, fuck. Fair play. Fair play, Mr. German Nemesis man. You've beaten me. Take it on the chin. C5 Flapper C, Jolly Jonah. Thanks for joining. I know it's a late one, doing the late slot here. Ian 5055, yeah, Leonidas Max. I mean, I've done, I don't know how many races I've done this evening, maybe 4 or 5. I think he's been in all of them. And he's always started, I don't think we've really changed our quality times, he's always started a couple of places behind me. Actually more than a couple, about 3 or 4. And he always just manages to catch me. And in that one he made up 3 seconds in like a couple of laps. I was just chilling behind the group ahead. And I basically did the Hamilton thing on him. I think we can call it the Hamilton now. Where you just ignore that there's someone on the outside of you. And just run the car wide. I didn't completely Hamilton him. Just a gentle Hamilton. Powered by Real Warhorse. May call it a night there. I don't know. Could go on. It's late. It's late. May go on. Don't know. How was the pace? Getting down to the low 147s now. I think he's very consistent, this German driver. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do another daily race C. Bit daily race seed out. What we got coming up tomorrow, Nations? A track I've never done before. So that would be interesting. In Nations. And a track that I haven't done for a very long time. So I may do FIA tomorrow. Stream it if I do. It's a weekend. Or may do some more daily races. Might drop into daily race A and just put my SR on the line. Pink slips. I'm not that good at Fuji, so I might not do B. I might mess around in A. What am I doing? Am I going to do it or not? Thanks Ian, thanks for joining. The racing's getting better at Daily Race C. So Hope you enjoyed it. I mean, that was a good battle, that German guy. I hope we can see him again. Yeah, I suspect I'm not going to do another one. We'll call it a night there. Ian's right. It's very late in the UK. So hopefully there was some good racing there for you guys. Thinking about FIA tomorrow. Might do it. If I do, look out for that. But thanks, as always, for joining, for all the chat, for all the tips. It's really cool. It's kind of a chilled out place, this stream, I think. Hopefully. I find it chilled out. So until next one, have a very good evening, very good night. Thanks for joining, and I will see you next time.